Hey folks, over the last few weeks we've been looking at double aught buckshot. Let's look at some more. Here we have the Rio buckshot. This is a 2 3/4 inch 12 gauge load. It has 9 pellets of double aught buck in them, and they're moving at 1,345 feet per second according to the box. Now we'll be shooting them in our Remington 870. We've been using this shotgun to shoot double aught buck in the last few weeks. We have a 28-inch barrel with a rim modified 710 choke in the end of the barrel up there. And we'll be shooting from our typical 30 yards at a 12-inch bullseye target. So let's get set up and let's do some shooting. Here's shot number 1 with the Rio double aught buckshot. All right, we're going to sticker them. Here's shot number 2 with the Rio double aught bucks out of our Remington 870 with the modified choke. All right, we'll sticker that one. Here's shot number 3 with our Rio buckshot. We'll sticker that one and move on to the next one. Here's shot number 4. All right, we'll sticker them and we'll shoot the final shot. All right, here's our final shot with the Rio buckshot, the 3x3 double aught. Here we go. Let's go down here and see what this target looks like. So before we go down there and look at the target, let's look at the shell breakdown for this Rio buckshot. We really don't need to because these shells are see-through, and you can see all the components inside of them. You can see the powder, you can see the wad, and the shot, the overshot card. But we're going to break one down anyway and look at it because we want to test this. We want to test these pellets here. So when we open it up, we find 9 very healthy 33 caliber double aught buckshot pellets. They have a lead hardness of between 14 and 15, and they weigh 55 grains each. The pellets are sitting on top of a wad, just a simple wad. If you're a reloader, you'll recognize this here component. They sit on top of the wad, sits on top of a disc powder. We can measure this and find the charge. But like I always say, it does us no good because we don't know what kind of powder that is. And there's a shot card up there that sits on top of the lid. And that's the roll crimp I cut off of the shell. Let's look at the shell right quick. Here's the shell. The shell is very well marked. Rio, Royal Buck, 3x3. That's 9. That's how many pellets is in it. 1,345 feet per second. 9 pellets, that's what that means. 9P, 9 pellets. 12, and the 70 is 70 millimeters, which is 2 3/4 inch shell. And here is the head stamp, Rio ammo, 12 gauge. All right, let's look at the box right quick. I like the box. The camouflage is all right. It says Rio. It tells us it's Buckshot 9 pellets of double alt. It tells us that they're game cartridges. I reckon that means light skin big game. That's what I would say it's for, but I don't know. We have legalese on this side. On the other side, we also have some more legalese. On the top here, we have our specs, along with the product code right there. The RB number. And on the back side here, we have real cartridges information and the USB. And on the back here, here's what we're looking for. Recommended for wild boars. So wild boars, that would be deer size game. And we see this is from Europe, so that would be why it was probably says wild boars and not deer. And there we have some more legalese. But anyway, there's the shell breakdown for the Rio Buckshot. Let's go down to Target and take a look and see how they performed. Here we have the target that we shot with the Rio Buckshot. If you remember, this is a 2 3/4 inch 12 gauge load. It has 9 pellets of double alt in them, and they're moving at 1,345 feet per second according to the box. And here's the box. I paid $4.99 for these, less than $5 for this box of shells, less than $1 a shell. So with that in mind, let's see what we got. We shot 5 times down through here for 45 total pellets in the 8-inch circle representing the lung area of a whitetail. We've got 22% of the total payload. In the 12-inch circle, we've got 50% of the total payload. And on the 12x12 target, we have 56% of the total payload. Now, I don't think I would deer hunt with these, because if you look on the second shot, we didn't even hit the 8-inch circle. And on the first shot, we only got 1 pellet in it. In the fifth shot, we only got 1 pellet. And on the fourth shot, we only got 2. In the third shot, we got 5 in there. They're not really consistent as far as point of aim. But for utilitarian purposes, like predator control around the farm or home defense, $5 a box, that's a pretty good price. I wouldn't mind picking up a whole truckload of these things at that price. So, I probably wouldn't use them for deer hunting, but for around the farm, predator control, they're a pretty good option. So until next time, y'all stay safe on the farm, and God bless.
Here, Dad. That's a terrible
You
thing.
throw like a girl.
You do. I throw better than that.
Yeah, you throw like a girl too, though.